I made it in New York. I mean, I was making pictures, and not pictures, but I was posing for artists in New York.
Prior to A Kiss for Cinderella, and
yeah.
then Love 'Em and Leave 'Em with Evelyn Brent. And the other
Yeah,
one.
I forgot that.
Well,
That
yeah.
was not Betty's. Was not she in
No, A
Betty's?
Kiss for Cinderella was Betty Bronson.
Yes, that's
See, the way you told the story, it sounded like they signed you because of the still photographs, but they actually signed her, and they were bidding for her because of her film work in the East.
She had been brought out,
Right,
and that's
right.
exactly right.
Yeah.
And
You're
what got her, but she's right. The still photograph was what got her the part in A Kiss for Cinderella.
Yeah, but she
Betty
talks
Bronson.
about it as if she came out the hall.
Well, she didn't say her proximity,
Oh, okay.
but it was that was in Betty Bronson's house. In fact, didn't they live close to you, Mrs. Bronson?
Well, yes, they did when we moved out to where they. Well, now wait a minute. They lived near us in New York for a while.
That's what I meant.
Yes, they did. We lived not in New York City, but in Long Island, as I remember. And my mother, my father had seen some property he wanted to buy, and my mother decided that she was going to just ask somebody what they thought of it. And, of this place that the beautiful, very pretty little homes. And so she just knocked. Now, this is the thing that makes me think, with all the people, there must have been about 60 people or 80 people living there. Of all the people, she just walks out. She doesn't know who she's asking, but she decides not to go to a real estate place because she said, they'll tell everything's wonderful and this and that. She decided to go and ask somebody who lived there. So she just goes and picks out of nowhere, bangs on the door nicely, and this lovely lady comes and answers it. And my mother said, we're thinking of buying here, and I wonder if you could give me some information about how you like it and so on. And he said, my mother said this, and the lady said, do come in. And she was very nice or whatever. And so then they became good friends. I mean, they liked each other. I won't say good friends. I think they eventually probably did. But anyway, so this Mrs. Bronson told my mother she liked the place very much. And she said her daughter was out here trying to get into the movies and so on. And so, because Betty at that time had come out with her grandmother so that she could see if she could get in the movies. And she subsequently did. But at that time, she was, just still trying, and we were living in New York and so on, or rather Long Island. So then one day we got a call, and it was Betty, and she was in New York and wanted to meet me. So, see, she hadn't met me. The others had, but she hadn't. And so she wanted to have us out for tea. So, I was delighted. I was just because of course I thought they were marvelous, And so we went and had tea with her. And she said, she said, I'm going to need a lot of people I'm going to do A Kiss for Cinderella. And she said, I need a lot of people for background, you see, for the background. And she said to me, she said, wouldn't you like to try be in this movie for a week? Oh, would I like to be in the movie, please? I mean, oh, yes, I'd love it. My mother's saying, well, I don't like to keep her out of school, Betty. And I'm going, please, Mother, please. So my mother finally said, well, I'll tell you what I'll do. She said, I will ask at school, tell her that this is what you want to do, is be in the films and so on, or whatever. And she said, and I'll ask them if it would hurt if she took 1 week out of school. Is her work good enough that she could do that? And they said, yes, very much so. So I did, and there I was on this beautiful place, and they were doing The Kiss for Cinderella and everything. In the meantime, a very good-looking man has come in, and he is looking at me, and so of course I always flirted right back. I was looking at him too, but finally, when the picture was done, he came over to me and he said, he said, if you do what I tell you, he said, I can tell you that you come out to Hollywood in 1.5 years, or was it 2? I don't know. And he said, you'll knock 'em cold. But he said, you got to do what I tell you. And he wanted me to learn to walk better. I'd been a winner in a beauty contest. A winner. The winner was number 1, and a winner was 2. And I know what kept me out of getting number 1, I'm pretty sure. And that's the way I walked. I just shuffled along. And so... But I did get picked for number 2, and so we went around to a lot of lovely nightclubs and things. That was the, what we got for some of it and so on. So that was very interesting, and that was all building towards this, you see, because this man has said, if you'll do what I tell you, you can come out in a couple of years and you'll take them like that, you see. So it all came out just like the man said, because what happened is I went back to school, and when I was about 15, I think that was when Betty County was about 6 to 15. Anyway, I went on to high school for a while, and then I decided there was a man in New York that could place models. Now, I didn't want to be a model, but I figured out maybe if anybody could get me a movie job, he was probably it, if they were making any movies. So sure enough, there was a movie being made, and this man liked me very much, and he said, I need about 45 girls, and he said, yes, I'll take you. And he said, I'll send you out there. And we had to appear on the beach, you know, and it was very fascinating, lots of fun. And the girl that they had picked originally, she was very sweet and everything, but she couldn't act, and I could. So they'd given her the lead, but then they found out she couldn't act, so then they gave it to me, and I could act. So I got it.
Was that Love 'Em or Leave 'Em?
I think it was.
Or was that Beach Nuts?
It was Beach Nuts.
Was it Beach Nuts? I don't remember, really.
It was Beach Nuts.
This is going back, you know, a long
Love 'Em
way.
and Leave 'Em was an Evelyn Brent picture.
Hmm?
Love 'Em and Leave 'Em was a different picture.
Well, I was in it, though, wasn't I?
Yeah.
For a little
Evelyn
while?
Brent.
Yeah.
And,
For a little while.
had a small, yeah.
Okay,
that's
so
pretty
so
much.
can
So-
you tell me the name of the picture? Can you say the name of the picture was Beach Nuts?
No, I can't.
Okay.
He can, though, can't you?
Yeah, but see, what she wants you to, she wants you to repeat it.
I just want you to repeat it so
So
that I
the
have it
people
on the
who
tape.
see
So
you-
that
Oh,
I can
yes.
put it in.
Love 'em or leave 'em.
The
Was
name
the
of the
one-
picture was Beach Nuts. You just said you were all on the beach.
Well,
Yeah,
we
it
were.
was Beach Nuts, honey. So all you have to do is say the name of the picture was Beach
See, I don't remember. I mean, I know
She
you're lying
confuses
to you. I
those
don't remember
two.
any of this stuff, or hardly any of it, except that I did go out and I did get the job. And the girl
Yeah.
couldn't act, and I could.
It was shot on the beach there, and the
Yeah, it was.
and the name and the girl's name, if you remember, was Karen Hughes.
Who?
Karen Hughes.
Yeah, yeah. And
See,
she,
and Karen Hughes went from lead to second lead. You got the lead, and the name of the picture was Beach Nuts.
yeah, I guess right. I guess that's right.
Okay, so in other words, what Carol needs you to say is, the name of the picture was Beach Nuts.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, honey.
Now, if you wanted the name of the picture, that was Beach Nuts. And it was a very nice picture, and I was allowed to do the acting in it because the girl who they originally had chosen couldn't act. She was very sweet and very nice, and we became very good friends. But she once said it. She said, "Anita, it's for you, it's not for me." And so anyway, because I could act, you see, and so that's why then they gave me the lead so I could act. And it was there were about 45 girls, and we had a lovely time, and I enjoyed myself just fine.